So a bit of introduction about myself. I'm working as Director of Technical Evangelism at Civo, and I can be reached on Twitter. And I write blogs on Civo as well sometimes on Medium. I'm CNCF ambassador, Docker community leader, and these are some of the other things that I do. A YouTube and a book I recently wrote for Kubernetes certification CKS. So what we have done is we have seen the history of Civo from where it came, why it came, its existence, its vision, its power, and where the overall vision for the community and the company on the whole. And we have seen the new platform, which like the awesome hardware is there now. We have went in all Kubernetes game and even faster launches. So when Civo was there, though the OpenStack gradually was decreasing our launch times, but still it was pretty fast. And now we are even faster. So it's basically less than 2 minutes. Sometimes it's also 60 seconds, 70 seconds. So which is way fast to spin up a managed Kubernetes cluster in cloud. So I mean that's really amazing thing. And yes, we have dark mode. And we have our Civo stack. So from zero touch, like Andy mentioned, zero touch provisioning, so from the bare metal hardware to the Civo stack, we can go in about 45 minutes. So all these things are in place. So what's next? So what's next that we are working on, and how we are working on, and how do we plan all these features in general? So we already have the hardware for the other regions in place. So yes, we are going multi-region. So we went live in US, and UK and India are next on the list, and the order is already placed. And it's not that we are planning on that, so they are fixed, and we will be launching these two regions next. So Civo Cloud is going multi-region, and that's what most of the community also wanted to go multi-region. So and that's what we will do. We'll expand even more, but this is the confirmed ones with the hardware ordered. Next is I want to talk about multi-master. So whenever we talk about setting up a Kubernetes cluster, whether it's plain K8s or whether K3s, people always talk about high availability. And whenever we talk about high availability, we talk about multi-master. So yes, this particular work is also in progress. So multi-master support for K3s is in progress, and I have seen lately that there are few folks in the community who are actually trying to replicate this scenario or create a multi-master kind of scenario, so which is good to see the excitement. And all these features that I'm discussing, they are actually the most top voted features by the community. So that's the power of the community that Civo brings in. So our roadmap, vision, and the platform itself is very heavily influenced by the community. So we see wherever we see that we are adding the value to the community, and wherever the community sees that this particular feature can add value to other community folks, they raise it as suggestions. And then people vote on the suggestions, and then we internally discuss on the top voted suggestions, and we build our roadmap. So that's how simple it is, and that's how transparent it is. So next I want to talk about is persistent storage service. So Andy already mentioned that we have partnered with Storage OS, and it's fantastic. And Andy himself is writing CSI driver, so which will help you, create without using Longhorn or any other service. You will be directly able to create the PVCs and directly use the storage. So I think that is something really we should be excited. The thing is, this is also one of the most requested feature by the community, and the status is yes, in progress. So this is happening. The next is time and again we see the need for external DNS Kubernetes service, which is basically synchronizing the Kubernetes services or the ingresses with the DNS providers. So the good news is the PR is already raised on the Kubernetes repo, So on the main Kubernetes repository, there is a PR which is already raised. There are minor edits that are to be done. So we had to launch the platform first, and now we are extending it to the other features. So PR is raised. There are some of the edits that the team is doing, and after this edits, once this is merged, and you will be able to use this as well. Next is DBaaS. So database as a service. Yes, you hear me right. You will be getting the database as a service as well. So the status is also in progress. So we are working on the most requested feature, and so database as a service will be provided to you, and you just create the database and it will be internally created. The platform again remains the CO stack, the powerful hardware with the power of Kubernetes we already have, and the top three, the top ones, or the ones actually, the ones we are focusing on is MySQL, Postgres, and Redis. So the status is green and it's in progress. And this is actually the most requested features by the community. And so we love when the community is getting involved in not only testing the product but also in aligning themselves with the vision, so aligning themselves with the roadmap. So all these suggestions, they can become a part of the roadmap. They can be a early feature or a late feature, but they will be part of the roadmap because they are somewhere that will benefit the community. So next is the next three features is master backup. So whenever you talk about a managed service, so there is something like what if my cluster goes down, especially the master, because in managed Kubernetes, we'll be taking care of the master. So the backup of the master will be done by us. So we'll be working on that. Then there is another very good feature requested, which is actually having a lot of use cases. So you have applications that might not require a specific nodes, and you have application that might require some heavy workloads. So heavy workloads that require the heavy nodes, like the large nodes or the extra large nodes. So for that, multiple node pools would be required. So for running different set of workloads in a cluster. So basically, you will be able to add multiple different node pools in your cluster. And next is auto scaling. So this is also, I just recently saw, maybe today or yesterday, in the community Slack, that people have asked for auto scaling. So these come every now and then, requested by the community, and they have been top voted in the suggestions. I keep on repeating. So always go to the suggestions area if you have any. Just dump your suggestions over there, with obviously with the proper use case and a bit of description. So auto scaling will help by adding a node when you have resource constraints. So it'll basically, if you are familiar with the Kubernetes cluster autoscaler, it would work in a similar fashion. So the status for these three is to be started. So TBS is to be started. So these are yet not started, but yes, they are on the roadmap. And since we are talking about what's next for Sivo, it makes sense to bring these three, because once we are done with the in progress ones that I just talked about, these three would be the ones that will be focusing next. Plus, if any other great suggestions that comes up and actually will heavily impact the community, we'll work on that as well. Now, next portion that I want to talk is marketplace. So marketplace currently is very heavily used. People love it when it doesn't work. So people just want to just click the application and have bunch of things ready when they create the cluster, and or when they are just they want immediately, they think, okay, I want Rancher, I want Portainer, I want some cube scanning tool. So they immediately go to the marketplace, install it. So it has been, I mean, a pretty good feature, heavily used by all our customers. We have got a lot of feedback on marketplace. So what we have decided is we will be revamping marketplace. And currently marketplace have Helm 3 support only using the CRD, which comes with K3s, but we'll be natively supporting Helm 3 and not support Helm 2, because that's where the industry standard is. We will come up with uninstall feature. So right now, once you install the application and you delete the application from the cluster, the application still shows on the UI because we do not have the uninstall thing. So the uninstall would be there. The update will be there. So you will be able to update the application, marketplace applications, uh, and it will be more open for the community. Now, this you might not get this particular statement as of now, but that is what I can tell you as of now. So it will be more open for the community, and trust me, you will love it. I myself am working dedicatedly on marketplace now, and trying to make sure how to make it more accessible for the community, so that you can use it. And there are a lot of things apart from this that you will get for sure, but these are some of the main things. And just wanted to let you know that the marketplace area is getting revamped, so that is something that you should be excited about. So yeah, that's it from my side, and that's what we are building on the roadmap next. I mean, for the next few months in this particular year, you will be seeing these, plus some of the other features that come up urgently in the suggestions, which are very very beneficial for the community. Or if we internally also, the team is so enthusiastic that every day there is some sort of suggestion that comes from within the team, so that also contributes. So if those sort of things come, then definitely that will contribute to the roadmap. But I think these are enough things that the community has requested, and would be very happy to have these features. So yeah, over to you, Andy.